We are downtown Montauk, Long Island, covering the annual art festival that they have. It's incredibly well orchestrated. There's 64 different artists, different booths that have been laid out gorgeously in the center of town, and we've gotten to interview some of them. Now, we couldn't do all of them because there's an awful lot, but we're going to introduce you to John and Donna and Jim, some of the people who have actually put the art show together, and some of the local artists that have come here. And one came from Hollywood, another one came from Fort Lauderdale. So we're going to introduce you to some of those artists, see some of their art, and walk around and show you what the art festival is like, because it's a beautiful day here in Montauk. Sun is shining, the atmosphere is festive and joyous. Everyone's having a great time, and it's fun. So let's take a little walk around and we'll introduce you to some of the artists. That's Stephanie. Stephanie, it was great interviewing you. We're here with one of the most creative artists in the whole show. We're here with Stephanie Lavender. Stephanie, I love this stuff.
Thank you so much, Greg. I appreciate that.
It's constructed. It's and these earth things and the 3 dimensions. But describe your, rather than me do it, describe your artwork for everybody.
So I would be considered a biophilic artist.
Biophilic.
Yes.
Biophilic. Of course. How could I not have known that? Biophilic.
Shame
I love
on
it.
you.
Yeah. Biophilic. I love
So
it.
biophilia
Yeah.
is the connection that humans have to nature. It makes us feel good. It calms us. It's actually been proven scientifically to increase productivity in the workplace. So when we surround ourselves with things from nature, it does all those things. People come into my booth all the time and say, "Oh my God, it feels so nice in here."
No, I said that already. I walked in and I said, first of all, I kind of like the way you laid this out. And I'm walking in there and suddenly it's true. It's very calming, very like, oh, I'm in a nice, quiet earth place. You feel like you're walking into a meditation. You feel like you're meditating looking at your stuff. So it works. Yeah.
So I work with all natural materials. I work with a lot of cork. I work with moss, all different kinds of moss, but they're preserved, so it'll look like you have a living piece of art in your home without worrying about watering or sunlight. And then I combine it with glass. Sometimes I use mushrooms, I use corals. So anything that has great texture and natural.
So these caught my eye right away. So these beautiful trees. How long does it take you to do a piece like that?
So it's hard for me to tell you that because I work on many different pieces at the same time. I have to cut the cork first. First I really paint the background. I cut the cork with a jigsaw, glue it, then I add all my moss to it. So I would say maybe perhaps a day. It takes me a day to make that piece.
Well, because they're gorgeously constructed. The colors are great. How long have you been doing that, Stephanie?
So I've been an artist all my life, but with these kind of materials, about 3 or 4 years now. Yeah.
And where else have you shown your work?
So I live in Fort Lauderdale. I'm originally from Long Island, but I've lived in Fort Lauderdale, Florida since 1988. So I do, most of my shows are in Florida.
When some of the curators told me that they had people from Florida coming in, I said, really? People coming up here from Florida? But there's such great work. So here, I'm glad you came up from Florida.
I miss Long Island, and I love being next to the water and being out here in Montauk, so it makes me feel like home.
Montauk's kind of special, right?
It is.
Yeah, I've been so happy since I moved here.
It's beautiful here, and it's inspiring, so I'm going to go home and make some more cool art.
Yeah. So, and Fort Lauderdale. So it's Fort Lauderdale's a kind of fun town to be living in, you know.
Yeah, it's not the party town that everybody remembers with spring break as much as it used to be, but it's nice. It's near great restaurants and bars, and you get the beautiful water and the tropical atmosphere, and I don't have to worry about snow or sleet.
Okay, I'm one of those crazy people that like snow. Whenever out in LA, whenever that weather report would come in that the cold air is coming down from Canada, the warm moist air is coming in from Mexico, there's going to be a blizzard, I'd get on a plane and fly back, and people say, "What are you, nuts? There's going to be a blizzard up." Yeah, but also 2 days later I'd fly back.
Right. As long
So I
as you
wouldn't be.
get out of it.
Yeah. I love being there for the drama, but I didn't like being there for the slush and all of the shoveling and everything later.
Right,
But
exactly.
so it's great seeing your work. How do you? I'm looking at what seems like very modest pricing. Your great work, not very costly. How do you decide how much to charge for a piece of work?
Oh my
So
God,
come out here a little bit.
it's very it's challenging
Yeah.
because some things come to me easy, some things take. I mean, mostly everything is very time consuming, but it's just I kind of do a square foot price.
Yeah.
That's how I kind of base all my work. But I do feel like my work it's so unusual that no one really. I get it a lot that I've never seen anything like this before. I hear that over and over again, so I'm kind of in my own little category.
Yeah. I'd have a hard time letting go of these pieces after I made one of them because they're really gorgeous.
Yeah, each one comes out, even if I make another piece that might be the same, it's really never the same because nature doesn't give me the same things over and over again. You know, I work with bark and mushrooms and pieces of coral that I'll never see again. So yeah, there are some pieces that are kind of close to my heart. But as long as they're going to a good home, that's all I care about.
An artist who puts her love of things that she owns into her art and says goodbye to them and sends them off to nicer homes. What a great artist. So it's a pleasure talking to you. Thanks for letting me get you out here. And good luck.
And if you could, if anybody's interested in anything, you could see me on Instagram.
Oh, good. Yeah, what are your sites?
Yeah, Instagram or Facebook under Lavender Blue Home and Garden.
Oh, nice. So, well, a pleasure. Nice to talk to you.